All right, sorry about that. I forgot the interpreter has to see me when I'm signing. But okay, first off, I want to apologize. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Donald Gordon. I'm the living well specialist for the deaf and hard of hearing at the SIL of Central Pennsylvania. And before I start, I would like to ask Mark from ZVRS to give a brief explanation about his services, and also if he could speak about VRI for about 5 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, hello, hello. My name is, thank you. My name is Mark Brundy. I'm the manager for ZVRS. I work with customers, businesses all over eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York. Those are the three areas I focus in on. Before I start, how many of you are familiar with VRS? Video relay services. I guess it's been around for about 15 years. Oh, well, maybe about 12 years. But I'm going to talk about VRI. How many of you are familiar with video remote interpreting? Okay, a few of you. It's wonderful. You know, tonight is really a wonderful opportunity for you to ask me about video relay interpreting. And, you know, I have some information sheets to pass out. I only have about 15, but if you need more, you know, I'll give you my business cards, and I would be glad to help you. But really, to give a brief summary about VRI, suppose I go into a building and I sit down with a person that I really need to communicate with, and that person is hearing. But, you know, is there an interpreter there? Before I would have to request an interpreter and, you know, request ahead of time, you know, a week or 2 weeks ahead and arrange that. But what if I needed an interpreter right now? You know, we have a system ready with video remote interpreting. You know, it's on demand 24/7. Anytime, it's ready right now. And what that means is we use a video phone that you saw when you came in tonight at the door. And also, you can use your smartphone as well as iPad 2. Any tablet that uses the Android processor, you can use those. And it's right there. So that's just a brief explanation of VRI. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Mark. And now I would like to ask everybody on the panel to first introduce themselves, and then also explain which company you're representing tonight. And we'll start with you.
My name is Liz Marvin, and I work for Easter Seals Interpreting Services. I am the program director. And do I have to explain a little bit about Easter Seals? We provide interpreters, sign language classes, deaf culture training. I'm pretty loud, I'm okay.
Recording though.
Okay. Yeah, so that's it. Happy to be here.
Hello, good evening. My name is Justin Drawbach. I was born and raised in York. And currently I'm an information technology specialist for Defense Logistics Agency, DLA, in New Cumberland, Pennsylvania. And I graduated from the Rochester Institute of Technology with a degree in technology. And before that, I went to NTID, the National Institute, National Technology Institute for the Deaf, I work for DLA. DLA is part of the Department of Defense, and DLA's goal is to provide logistics. And what logistics is we provide goods, we provide services, etc. for the military, the people who are all around the world, and our goal is, to service them all over the world. And our concept is the same as UPS. We work with we have different strategies of how to serve. For me, what I'm responsible for is connecting with different vendors, working on contracts. Once we have a contract with the vendor, whatever the military needs, maybe they need socks or medication or food, to continue with to keep them in good health while they're, fighting in wars or overseas. And it's my responsibility to get the goods and have it sent to them. Also, we're responsible for humanitarian assistance. For example, like Japan recently had the terrible earthquake. So we worked together. U.S. military worked to help with people there. We sent a ship over there, or planes with food, medicine, anything that they needed to help them out after the earthquake, after the natural disaster. We're responsible for that as well. And we work with FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Association. So really, it's just a global thing for DLA, and I'm an information technology specialist. I work on various systems. I'm the developer and a systems analyst and project manager as well. Thank you. Wow. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you for inviting me here. And, I really enjoyed your speech. I really learned something from your presentation. Thank you for that. My name is Stephanie Tillander. I'm a specialist for deaf and hard of hearing. And I just started in March, so I'm fairly new at it. But just to give you some of my experience, I worked at Walmart for 17 years. So I was a job coach with deaf individuals there who needed help. I helped deaf people with their understanding of the job and whatever they needed. So I think that's it. And I have information, and I have them over there, so just come and see me later on.
My name's Lynn Davies, and I work at Elizabeth Town College in Disability Services and Learning Services. Both? So part of what I do is work with college students who have disabilities to help provide accommodations so they can access all of the courses, programs, services, and activities. And then the other piece is to help students who might need course tutors or writing tutors or help with time management. So I found it interesting when we were talking about time management earlier, because that's the biggest downfall for college students. So we're always telling them, don't get on Facebook. Be very, very careful of Facebook and Twitter, because sometimes they spend like 7 hours a day on Facebook when they should be studying. So we're there to help the students in any way we can.
Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is...
Hold on just a second. Would you mind standing up, please?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lee Lippy. I'm with the Pennsylvania Client Assistance Program, CAP. For those of you who may know us, we are the state, or those of you who don't know us, we're the statewide advocates for people with disabilities who are seeking or receiving services from the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, the Bureau of Blindness and Visual Services, Centers for Independent Living, and other programs, projects, and facilities funded under the Rehabilitation Act. And I guess I'm going to be talking a little bit about CAP later on and what we do, and also a little about OVR. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Christina Wood. I'm an admissions recruiter with Harrisburg Area Community College. And so pretty much my responsibility is to talk with prospective students, anyone who is interested in going back to school, whether they're in high school or whether they've been out of school for many years, if they did not graduate from high school. We are here as a college so that we are able to give opportunity to anyone who wants to pursue higher education. That is the mission of HAC. And so I guess I will be speaking a little bit about maybe some of the academic opportunities that will be available to you. We do provide services through our Office for Disability Services for anyone who may be deaf or hard of hearing. There are interpreters that we do contract that will go to class with the students. If they request that, they have to self-identify and request those services, but that is available at no extra cost to the students. So that will be my role here today, is to talk a little bit of... Sure.
Let me, sorry. Debbie was working on... Yeah.
Okay. All right, so basically that's what I'm here for this evening, is to talk a little bit about some of the educational opportunities that you could look into pursuing, whether it be long-term degree, attaining a associate's degree or higher, or if you're just looking for some short-term training. Thank you.
All right, my name is Stacy Kyle. I'm with a private nonprofit called AHEAD. And AHEAD is an organization that's been around since 1977, helping folks with a variety of disabilities to find employment in the community. We're across much of Pennsylvania, and we're also in the state of Delaware. I think one of the primary reasons I was asked to come today is one of my big roles at AHEAD is to focus on business needs. I actually head up our business initiative called the Pennsylvania Business Leadership Network. And we are one of about 55 business leadership networks in about 32 states. So we think that's a pretty big deal. We feel like we're tapped into what a lot of the business needs and concerns are. And again, that's really been one of my focuses, is to make sure I'm getting out there in front of companies and complementing all that other outreach that other organizations are doing as well. I just might sometimes get the opportunity to spend a little bit more of my time doing that kind of interaction with business, and hopefully leading those companies back to the great resources that are here in our state and to the great candidates with disabilities that we think we have to offer.
Okay, wow. I didn't expect to do such hard work with the microphones passing that around, but it was successful. Yeah, you passed with that one. Okay, I would just like to have the panel, with the presentation that we recently had about social media, I would like for you to each go through and say, how that applies to your services. What we just talked about with social media and how that applies to your services that you provide. Oh, sure, we can go in order.
I don't need again, we have, I work for an interpreting agency, and most recently we put up on Facebook an Easter Seals Interpreting Services Facebook page. And what we decided to do with that was make that a place of conversation that people can talk about, hey, I work at so-and-so, and they're not providing us with interpreters, and then maybe people can talk about it, or we can post our events. The events, we have deaf events where we have tours and holiday parties and all different things planned for the year that we can post on there. So if deaf people want to come to any of our events, they're allowed to. They're allowed to find out all that information right there on that Facebook page. You can discuss almost anything you can think of, from interpreters to events to ADA. If you're saying, hey, I need to find a lawyer, someone did not refuse to hire an interpreter for me and I need a lawyer, maybe you guys can discuss that amongst yourselves. Now, Easter Seals cannot give any advice or that, but we could give you a forum to give opinion on things from the workplace to social events and interpreters, and trying to keep it, again, positive and helpful, and also to just say, hey, what's your fax number, what's your phone number, what's your VP number, so we can call. So it's a great way to communicate within the community, whether you're in York, Pennsylvania, or if you're in California. So it's going to be a great way to make the deaf community, link the deaf community together, as well as the interpreting community. And people that are interested in hiring deaf people can definitely post on there. I think that's a great idea. So we use social media. That's one of our latest ways of using social media. And because I know people have contacted me through my own personal Facebook page to request an interpreter, and that's kind of not appropriate because it's my own personal Facebook page. So it's a better place maybe to contact if you have questions about an interpreter, so that we can keep the business and the private life separate. But it's great because it's a great way for everyone to hang out and talk and share experiences. And I think when we share experiences, we learn things. We learn about how someone might have handled an interpreting problem, or we may learn how someone handled it when they went to the doctor and the doctor would not provide them with an interpreter. So you can share your experience and share your story. And I think we can grow and learn from those experiences. So that's what I think would be great. A great way to use social media, because it's an easy, efficient way to talk to some people in the deaf community. Yeah.